It's amazing in life how at 58 years old you have to learn how to wash dishes. And so there's this thing, it's called a drain stopper. And it doesn't work in the drain without the shim, because then the shim fits the angle. So it goes really nice tight. Now we have hot water. Hot water ain't so hot right now on second floor, but it'll be hot in like 3 or 4 minutes, I'm sure. But there's this thing, it's called the circle. And the circle goes like this. A circle. Can you imagine that? And then you take the water and then you make the circle sudsy. And so then you go around the whole circle and get it off the bottom of the sink so that all the detergent goes in the water and becomes the sudsies. And then you make all the sudsies, and the sudsies are happy to be all bubbly. Aluminum. Recycling's a thing in this neck of the woods. We actually have recycling bins, which is amazing. But it's amazing how many things they say aren't recyclable, but yet in the markings they're recyclable. But the rodents ain't too bad in the neighborhood, and I watch the garbage can, and so I don't want to attract any more than has to be attracted. So aluminum has to be washed before it enters into the recyclables. But so have we got some suds going on here, and it's like there's enough suds for the water ratio to be clean. So we have a soap and water extravaganza here, and in these soap and water extravaganzas we get to, defeat the enemy of debris, leftover debris from the ruthless art of cooking. But we have this brush here, see? And you take the brush and you take it into the sudsies, so you got the sudsies on the brush. And then you take the bristles of the brush and you look at the things that needs to be sudsies. And then you take the sudsies to the things, because bristles are made to go into small areas. They're not to cover big areas, they're just meant to go into these trivial areas where sudsies are needed, and little things need to come out of things. So using their tools for the proper reasoning is probably the best thing that could happen to the surface of a perverted item of debris and oil and seasoning and meat grease. And these sudsies are really important, here in the thing. Make a low sink of water, so then you're always gotten some fresh suds to get on your dirt. And then so it's also Dawn, and so Dawn helps out a lot. Suds sort of remain a lot longer when you're fiddling around with the Dawn. But when you have the extra need for grease manifestation clearance, another ring or two of Dawn ain't gonna stop the masterpiece. But it's so important to put the detergent into the medium, because the medium can't become a cleaning medium if the circle's at the bottom of the medium. So more suds always help, right? Suds are a good thing. And then when you find the suds, and the suds meet the grease, and the suds say, I conquer the grease with all my might. And then it says, you will be clean. And it was clean. Because the magic dish fairy, she does well around here. Right? She's always willing, man, to do another dish. The magic dish fairy. Then you have these apparatuses where you actually need the bristles to go into a small part, and then you have the poking side where you just literally just poke it clean. You do poke it clean, and it says, I will be poked clean. I don't even have to be washed. I just need to be poked. And if you poke me enough, I'll be so clean that I'll just be rinsed and go into the drawer and say, I was poked into a state of cleanliness. Now we have the end turmoil. The turmoil. So we say turmoil, and we say more suds. So we get more suds going on, and then we say we conquer suds. We conquer with suds. And so it says, but I need more suds. Gotta scrape the suds, give it more sudsies. And the sudsies say, I conquer the dirt. It says, more suds. Suds say, where I go down drain. Go down drain too fast. Fast drain makes dirt say, I scared to end up back on another plate, to have this vicious cycle of cleanliness repeated upon me. No, not this. This cannot happen to me. Why does the world have to mistreat me like this? Then we have the rinse thing. The thing called the evacuation of suds off of said clean tool. The sweeping. But the fun thing is tapping the brush clean. How do you know when it's clean? When you don't see stuff like that on it, and you tap it enough where this stuff evacuates off of the bristles so that you can actually put something clean upon the sink. Little rinse, couple taps, knock out all of that debris, say, you debris go down drain, and then clean apparatus tool goes behind the sink. Then we have the remnants of our food party. The food party says, says I must go down the drain. But my drain has cholesterol. And so I got to be chopped up so finely that I'm going to go down these little holes. So can we make that happen? Of course we can, because we're here to say anything that's bigger than this hole has to be chopped up to go down the hole. And so we get out our finely met I have this really not so sharp Damascus cleaver that's good for nothing but making little specks of dust into said debris. And when this debris meets this little cleaver that doesn't know anything but to make little things littler, then we have all of this waste here, all of these beautiful things that need to go down the drain, all of these lemon seeds that need to say, see, I need to be chopped up so small that I'm gonna go down a cholesterol drain, and I'm gonna go down all these little holes and say, make a new home in the bottom of a pit, to get thrown into some compost dump far away from here. I'm not small enough to go through the hole yet, but after 1,000,000 more chops, I sure gonna say, chop me, more, smaller. And so now we have this fine compote of debris. It says I must meet the bottom of the ocean. So we're going to send it to the bottom of the ocean now. The great ocean of Chicago. Wherever that ocean is. But it's somewhere down there. So now we got the debris, and it says I'm almost big enough for me to go down the drain. Well, let's see if it is. We're going to do I'm going to go through the small hole challenge. We got a little bit more. Ain't going down the small hole, but it's going to, in about a second, in about 3 minutes, it's going to say I'm going to meet that small hole. And it's going to be so small, it's going to just go. Nothing like a $25 Damascus knife that's good for nothing but making very nice food disposer material. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pasteurize this food until it goes down those little holes really fast. These lemon seeds are very difficult though. They don't want to go down small, big holes. They want to stay big. But the cleaver says, no, you must be small. Get small, be small, and find the bottom of the ocean. Let's see if our mess is going to meet the bottom of the ocean. Oh no, will it be
this piece, it wanted to be a stubborn piece. It didn't want to concede to the wicked nature. But we're going to make it change its mind. We're going to make it change its mind. And we say, all of these little pieces that want to be subjected to the ruler. What does it take to be a food processor in the 1800s? Well, I guess it went something like this. I'm going to be a food processor in the 1900s. We're going to make all that food, go back to the bottom of the ocean and say bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Do you understand, children, that you must make the food very small to go through those small little holes?